And we're live.
Yippee! We're here. We're back.
On the air.
We're bringing you back the two people you know and love.
You know what's weird is like, why is on the air kind of like the saying whenever you're recording? Like, we're on the air. Like, what the fuck does that
Airwaves.
even
We're on the
mean?
airwaves. We're
We're on the
riding them.
airwaves?
We're riding the waves.
We're riding
of
those
the
fucking
air.
vibes.
Of the air. We're riding the waves of the
The
air.
frequencies and vibrations in the freaking airwaves.
We're on the air. We're off the air. We're in the air. We're around the
We
air.
are the air.
We are the air. We're airing.
The heir to the throne.
The show's air. That is a weird concept though. Like this show is airing.
Yeah.
We're airing this show. The fuck does that mean? I mean, I know what it means, but that's a weird word to use for that.
That's what I was thinking.
For sure. Well, thank you for tuning in to Unconventional Development. Just kidding, you guys. Just kidding.
This is far from finished.
Yeah, dude,
Just kidding.
Just-
we're far from finished, but
Yeah.
this is fine and dandy.
this is fine and dandy. Oh, dude, what was it? So, now, we had a friend who was like, I liked y'all's old podcast that you did. It's the same one, though.
It's the same
It was the
shit.
same. We just changed the name.
Just change the brand.
I like the old podcast you did. The
that
one
one that you did before the one you're doing now. That one was awesome, bro. Like maybe you should just go back to your roots. It's like,
oh, fuck.
just tell me you don't listen.
It's like fuck. It's like whenever I'm sure when an artist hears the like, I liked your old stuff better.
liked
It's
your
like I'm
old stuff
still the
better.
same. It's still me. Like I'm still that same person making music. but
That's
I like
funny.
the old you. Well, fuck, right?
You've peaked.
Oh, great. But yeah, we're developing unconventionally.
Right.
Fun fact: before I had Josh as a co-host,
It's a fun fact, bro.
I had a different co-host, but then I went solo. I was on a solo dolo.
He took his trip on the road.
And I was by myself actually, and I got a couple people to I recorded a couple people saying unconventional development, and just like saying it different ways.
We just still use that just for.
And then I just had a
for
trap
no
beat in the back, and it was just people saying unconventional development.
unconventional development.
And then it was just like, you're listening to Unconventional Development. It was just, that was the intro, bro. Okay, it was
It's
simple,
kinda-
but
it's kinda fire
it
for,
kind of
like, a
was hard.
startup.
It was kind of hard. It was good
It's
for
super fire for a startup, honestly.
it was good for the 2 episodes I did under that alias, but
What alias?
Unconventional Development.
Your name was still Daniel. I don't think that's considered an alias.
Well, if the podcast is its own entity, then its alias was Unconventional Development.
Okay.
What did it start off as?
I think it started off as unconventional development, didn't it?
Oh no, that is right.
Yeah, we had like a couple.
You're right. You're right.
ideas in
We
mind.
had because we did like 2 episodes. I did like an episode, and then we did a couple episodes. Dude, the journey of this shit has been just. It was rad before that.
Yeah.
Roy and Daniel.
Yeah.
That honestly had a good run too for a little bit.
Y'all had like 4 episodes drop or 5.
And honestly, for how shitty the audio quality was, dude, we were kind of doing the thing then. To be fair, we had Jordan Myers on there.
Yeah.
We got fucking Sylvia on that hoe. I feel like we had someone else on there too.
What's his name's brother? Jesse's brother.
Oh, we got Jesse's brother on there. I feel like we were making moves back then.
That's true.
But the crazy thing was we were way the setup was ass.
Bro, we had a live podcast at a fucking venue. What was the it was like some art fest, right?
Oh, it was Indigo.
Bro, fucking
Shouts out Indigo. They're not doing it anymore, but
damn, that sucks. But like we had like a stage to ourselves with the timing and everything. We went up there with fucking pieces of paper, bros.
we had no idea what we were doing.
Had no clue what we were doing.
It was
honestly
awful.
like it was not good.
It was bad.
It was pretty bad. But a couple people came up to us afterwards and like, you guys made some solid points. Like I took some courage to get up there, and I applaud you for it. I was like,
Some people liked what we were spitting.
it, dude.
Yeah, some
I was
people.
like, I'll take it. That's all I needed.
We actually had a crowd.
Yeah,
very
we definitely
surprisingly
had like a 20 to 30 people crowd, if not more.
That was really surprising. I mean,
Because with everything going on there was like a fashion show, there was multiple art like installations, there was like a performer, there was other like vendors like selling their own art and shit like that. So like there was a lot of stuff to do there, and for people to just gather around us and listen to us talk was pretty dope.
I think if we did that now, it'd be way better.
Oh yeah,
Honestly,
I think we should go on tour. No.
Dude, fuck, honestly. But I think if we did that now, it'd be way better. The only thing I remember from that is at the end, I was like, I bet you thought this was a TED Talk. No, it's a podcast. Thank you. Like, damn, that was a terrible line to end it with. Or was it the hardest line to end it with?
I don't even remember what we talked about, but that shit was fun, bro.
It was like a TED Talk. We were talking about following your dreams and shit, but it was really bad.
Dope.
Like, we were trying to hit points, and we were trying to, like, beat the timer. When I think we should have just freeformed it.
Yeah.
And then tell them.
We put, like, not enough preparation, but almost too much preparation too at the same time.
It was exactly
we
what
didn't
it was.
prepare our thoughts, but we did too much work on the like preparation side. It's like, the stage has to look like this, and then like the microphones are gonna be here, and then we're gonna have the computer here, and it's just like, bro, like why did we do all that shit?
You know what the best part of all of that was? Is that we did all that, the sound still came out shit. Dude, like we did not know what, dude, like.
It's so funny, like, thinking that we knew what was going to happen that day. Like, we didn't do any preparation for the sound. We barely did a sound check. Like,
the thing is, like, I was like, I want to do this. Let's do this. No idea how we're doing it. Like, no prior research was thrown into, like, how to podcast.
Right.
I mean, when you look up how to podcast, it's just, buy a mic and the computer. It's like, that doesn't tell me
I feel
shit.
like that's like going to a, like, class on how to be a comedian. It's like, what are you really gonna get out of this?
Like, it didn't tell me shit. So now it's like going up there, all right, our sound quality has to sound good. Think about how long our sound quality was been shit, dude. Like, I'd say even up until the past like 10 episodes, we were struggling.
We still have technical difficulties from time to time, and like,
that's more like program shit though, not as much
the program shit has been tough, but the program shit leads us to have to use the camera audio, and that's not the best either. So like relatively, it's like it's correlated, but I just feel as if our future is like definitely much brighter now that we're getting kind of into the swing of things.
70 episodes in, yeah.
About to have a lot more guests on. Got a lot more tech coming in. About to buy a new interface, a new computer. About to try to get some things popping off on some event throwing that you said you were gonna do.
Yeah, dude. Gonna have a partner.
And then
gotta figure that shit out too.
And then I was going to talk to you. I was going to say, instead of going to Colorado for my birthday, bro, let's go in the winter. And so we can snowboard and shit. Or ski and shit.
You know it's still cold in May, right?
I know it's still cold.
You can still
in May.
snowboard.
I know that.
You're not going to want to go in the winter, I promise you. I went in March.
I'm thinking like September. No. Not like necessarily winter, but like right after summer. Why not?
Dude, I'm letting you know right now.
I want to get the full experience.
No,
I want to shovel snow, so I have to drive. So I can
No. Look, I went in April last year, right?
Well, that's what. So I was talking about it with Alyssa, and like, I've never been to Colorado. You and her have only been in the spring/summer.
Yes.
So let's all go experience the winter together for our first time. Why? Why are you so against
I'm not trying to get snowed in, or hey, let's catch a flight. Yeah, sorry, weather's really shit. You're gonna have to wait, dude.
I doubt that that's that normal.
Dude, Jerry went in like October.
Yeah.
And his flight got delayed like 2 days. He had to stay in Colorado an extra 2 days.
Okay.
That
sounds like a
blessing
February. In disguise.
No, it does not. I'm like, okay, I set this much budget aside for this many days. Just kidding. You have to buy a hotel for another 2 or 3 days.
Sleep in the airport.
Look,
my point is like I feel like you're working off of an absolute extreme. Like, I don't think it's a daily thing that flights get delayed from Colorado just in the winter. You know what I mean? It probably does happen a fair amount of times, but like for it to happen to us would be in that percentile of whatever it is. And I don't think it's 50-50 or anywhere higher than that.
I don't think going anywhere with an excess amount of snow in the winter was a fun idea for me.
Why?
You're going to want to go in the spring.
Why?
Because it's still snowing, but it's not as severe.
I mean, all I'm saying is like right after summer, it shouldn't be very like severe either. I'm talking about like, I did say winter, but I'm talking about like kind of like September. like right after August. You know what I mean? So, fall starts August 21st. So any time in September would be like the first month of fall.
No, I'm gonna just Google it.
You're just gonna Google like severe weather in Colorado in the winter, or what?
Okay. You know what?
Okay.
I might have been wrong.
Okay.
I might have been wrong.
Okay. All I'm saying is
I was wrong.
You're working off of an extreme,
Well,
which makes sense because I'm sure there are flights delayed.
It's saying
year
September.
round.
It's saying September's actually warmer than even
April.
in May. Yeah.
So maybe like October, like early October, maybe when it starts to get cold.
Maybe. It says
First week
the
of October,
average.
Colorado.
Yeah,
trip.
no, like August, September, October. It gets a. November's when it starts getting cold because it says like the average high in September's like 74.
So if
74 is good.
So by those metrics, it sounds like if Jerry went in
I
October,
think
Jerry
Jerry went
a rare
late.
case.
Yeah, I think he might have went it.
If he went in October, then he would be, according to this map, he'd have been a rare case.
Yeah,
which, like I said, it does happen, but I feel like it's not such a regular thing.
I think I lied though. I think it was actually, now that I recall, it's my fault. My
Was it
bad.
like December or something?
It was like February when the freeze happened here.
Shit.
When the freeze
Well, that
happened
makes
here.
sense.
Yeah, the freeze happened here. It was like cold as shit there.
Well, that makes sense. I'm thinking like if we went like early fall or even I'm down for winter, bro. I mean, I'm not tripping about it. You just layer up, dog. Don't be a pussy.
It's an argument bound to happen. You just got to grab the toy from him. It's not. Yeah, it's.
Give me, PB. Give me the toy. Come on. Give me.
She'll. You
Dead
got.
air.
Wait, hold on. We're gonna figure this out. Hold on. Hey.
The dogs are
Drop
about
it.
to argue over a
it.
toy,
Come here.
and we don't
Stop.
want the ruckus.
Drop it now.
PB,
Let it go.
good girl. Y'all stay. Lay down. Go sleep. Or
They're not going to sleep. They're not. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I was like, yes. I don't know what you thought. Go to sleep. It's not. That's not an
Okay,
option.
1 o'clock in the
That is
afternoon.
not an option for these animals.
But nah, yeah. I definitely would be down for that just because I want to get like the full immersive experience of like Colorado. Don't get me wrong. I guess like going in when it's hotter there would be I guess ideal for your timing and vacation style. But like if you want to get like that immersive experience of like I want to get like a log cabin type shit. Maybe
Dude,
even camp outside of that bitch.
that's what I'm
Fucking
trying to.
go, like,
But that's what I'm trying to tell
snowboarding,
you. When I
skiing.
went, it was snowing. Like it was still I was in a snowstorm when I went.
Right.
Like it was stay off the roads when I was there. Still
Right.
in April. Like that was late April. Like
Okay.
it was still like snowing. Like
See,
it snowed every day. There were, but look. So like out of the 3 days I was there, it snowed lightly one day, heavy one day, and then it was cleared skies the other day, and like beautiful.
Right.
So like I mean that's probably the best case scenario that you could get if you want the full immersive. You're getting all the fucking
I don't know. Maybe. I
options.
just kind of don't want to go in the spring or summer. I kind of wanted to go in this like fall or winter.
Because you can still snow like during that time period in the mountains. It's
Mhm.
perfect
Right.
to go snowboarding and skiing and stuff like that because it's not too heavy and it's like it's like a perfect time
Right.
to do all that the shit you want to
See,
do.
because Alyssa's going to Colorado with her mom and brother on July 4th. So I was like, I don't really want to
Do it so
go.
close.
I was like, I
practical.
don't want to go, like, not even just so close. I was like, I wanted to go. I told her straight up, I was like, I kind of wanted my first time in Colorado to be with you. And I'm not necessarily saying, like, going with her family would be an issue. It was just something I told her. I was like, I think we need to, like, clear that with your mom first type shit, first
That's
and
fair.
foremost.
Yeah.
Because, like, she was saying, like, something about like how her mom would like offer to pay for everything. I'm like, well, no, hold on, don't just offer that your mom would offer. You talk to her first and let's figure that side out. Don't just say that. This
Yeah,
is
I'm not
gonna
trying
be
to-
a free ride, and then she's like, wait, why'd you say that?
I'm not trying to be the boyfriend who's just like, yeah, my
Right.
boyfriend just likes to ride along.
Right,
there. You're
right.
like,
That's why I was like, I'm gonna just probably I was thinking about just letting them have their family time, but if like that she does insist on me like being there type shit, then I'll go. But like I did want to go to Colorado with you too, because I wanted to snowboard for my first time with you. So
I
we
wanna
could both be
snowboard, too.
Silly as shit.
I want to
don't
snowboard
know
so
how to
bad.
snowboard.
Me either, bro.
So we're gonna fall a lot.
I
but-
want to, bro. That's what I'm looking forward to.
But like that's what I wanted to do. So I was thinking in May we just do like a Airbnb type of thing somewhere. maybe like at a lake house or like at a
I want to do a cabin.
beach house or some kind of cabin or something like in Texas type shit. You know,
Oh
is
yeah,
what I'm
that'd be
saying.
cool too. In Colorado though, I think if we go like doing in the mountains would be like the best thing because like all the options I was looking at in the mountains, it's far.
Right.
Well, the place I found was we could probably find a place roughly around the same amount, considering mine was like for 2 people.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you split it between 4,
Right.
like the Airbnb, I think was like it was a super host, and it was $74 a night.
That's cheap.
Cheap as
If you had,
fuck.
like,
And the
multiple
cleaning
people
fees and
there.
shit for that was not like they didn't charge a fuck ton for their
That's fair.
fees or anything like that. So roughly it came out to maybe like 90 to 100 a night after everything.
Yeah,
Still not bad at all.
that's
You
true.
know what I mean? Super cheap. And I was in the mountains, like it was a
deep in that bitch, huh?
dude, yeah. So it was a studio like styled Airbnb. You walk in, you know, it's all one.
Right.
Like you have like the little like living room
There's
styled area where you can put a TV and everything, but then there's like a little ramp up and that's where the bed was at. It's kind
Okay.
of like the bedroom, and then the kitchen's like right there.
Okay.
It's
but
all separate, but it's all together. If
it's
that
like
makes
all
sense.
like fairly divided, but not at all divided at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's like 2 steps from each other,
Right.
but I mean it's divided enough to where it's spacious.
It's like
spacious,
there is a
spread out.
division of the 3 rooms. It's just like they're all one. Type
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. It's not too bad. It wasn't too bad. And like you look out like the back window, and it was fucking trees.
Mountains.
Like you're in like it's just no like in the back you're like just trees. Like you're in the forest, motherfucker. Like the back is trees. Like there was deer, like literally. Or fucking no, not
Was it Bambi?
yeah, dude.
It was Bambi.
And
bro?
you look out the front window and it's just all mountains.
Damn.
Like the front, like you're in the like I took a trail and I'm just walking in the like I'm going in the dude. You like I would just walked like maybe half a mile. I was out of breath. I was just walking.
Well, that's because the elevation.
Yeah, it was tough.
Yeah.
But like, it's crazy though, and like the Airbnb host was super nice too. Like explained everything, like like because there was a bunch of like you could see trees regrowing. There was like a fire there years and years ago.
Right.
Probably like I think she's like 30 or 50 somewhere around there.
Right.
But it takes forever for trees like that to grow back. You know?
Yeah. No. When we go, I kind of want to go for like 4 days, 3 nights type shit. If not like a week. You know what I mean? Like if we could spend a week out there, that'd be dope. But I don't think everybody would be able to get like
Yeah,
off a week
that's
type
tough.
shit.
Yeah,
But like 3 nights, 4 days, like leave on a Thursday and come back on Sunday type shit.
I'd be down.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Where I was going with that is like doing a cabin out there in the mountains somewhere. I mean, yeah, it'd probably be like because I was an hour out from Denver,
Right.
but like you know what I'm saying.
Right.
Might as well if you can go to Colorado.
Why
You don't want to be in
not?
the city the whole fucking like.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in the city the whole fucking time. I'm in Colorado to hike. I'm in Colorado to see views. I'm in
Right.
Colorado to go snowboarding and shit.
Like it's cool to see all the things in the city, but that's not what you came for.
Yeah, I don't want to be that like
Right.
close to the city. Like an
Yeah, like-
hour from the city, that's a drive you could take one day.
No, yeah.
and-
I mean,
and
the only
hang
reason
out.
I'd be in the city for anything is like maybe to try like different like restaurants that I couldn't like have access to back home, or to hit the dispensaries for sure. Other than that, it's just like it's just a city, bro. Like you can get that anywhere. City life is city life.
Yeah,
It's not
nah,
that-
it wasn't.
doesn't vary
It
that
wasn't that. Like it was cool. Like the city was set up kind of cool. I mean, the coolest part about the city is seeing the mountains from the city. So like, I mean, it wasn't any. Like when I was in the city, I was like, all right. Like I'm sure the nightlife and shit. Like if you really go to like check out the bar, I'm sure the
Right.
vibe's a little bit different. I checked out a lot of places when I was in the mountains though. Like
shops and shit.
yeah, restaurants, shops. It was super chill out there. Like you could tell like mountain
Right.
culture is definitely different than like the city. Like being out there, you know what I mean? It's very more tight knit, like
Got you.
close quarters type shit.
Yeah, I feel that. Whereas like in the city, you're more like kind of interconnected.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely. I don't know if I could. Like when I'm out there, I'm like I could do this, but like thinking back, I'm like nah, I don't think I could. You have to like prep for like certain days and certain nights to be rough and shit like that. I'm like I don't.
I mean, think about if you got like a little farm, like you got to prep like for different seasons and different like markets and shit like that.
Yeah, like the Airbnb host, she was telling me straight up, just like sometimes when it's harsh weather, you got to go to the grocery store 2 days before and you stock up because that shit you might not be going anywhere for a couple of days. So you're just like, I'm locked in.
I'm locked in, bro.
Yeah, straight up. The crazy part is though, when you drove, like I lost signal.
in the mountains.
on the way to like once I turn because it was a side road off the street, and I'm driving like through a mountain. Like, dude, when I'm driving
Like, you're
to
on
the
side of
spot,
the mountain,
like if my car loses traction, I'm going over the side.
right?
Like it's trees and stuff, but like you're done.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you got to be careful.
Right.
And it's
Go,
like
25,
like you're tracking up.
30 type
Yeah, you
shit.
got to go 4-wheel drive
Right.
and then like slowly trek up and like go through the spot to get and like this Airbnb is all the way in the back.
Oh shit.
So you're seeing all these places like lower in the mountains, some of them are higher. Dude, it was sick as fuck. Like I couldn't even imagine living in a place like that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You have to be used to it though, because you're gonna see bears, you're gonna see deer.
Wolves.
Well, there's
Yeah.
everything out there.
Yeah. Coyotes. Fucking.
Yeah.
Everything, bro.
Exactly. Like there was a whole book of everything. Like the Airbnb host had a book full of things like you might see out there and how to deal with it.
Damn.
Yeah, I was like, oh, fuck.
Said, and if you see a bear, don't run. Just know this is your last day on Earth. Pray to God, and call your loved ones,
But-
because you know
Like living a lifestyle like
Yogi
that
don't
though.
play.
That's something I would want to do. Like I like being an audio, like wanting to go into audio engineering and shit. I think about like maybe working for Red Rocks in my not near future, but like later down the road,
Mhm.
having the ability to work for Red Rocks and just live somewhere out there. Just get. I mean, the cold. I know I would probably hate it, but I'd get used to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean you acclimate no matter what. I mean we live in fucking Texas, and it's not like we like living in 95-degree weather and when it's summer. But I mean we get through it, right?
Yeah. I mean, and just having those views would be beautiful, just every day. You know what I
Sure.
mean? And being able to work at a venue like that,
Yeah,
that'd be sick.
that's true.
Red Rocks, bro. Have you seen what it looks like?
No.
Holy.
but I'm riding the wave
I'm
here.
gonna show you real quick, bro. Oh my god, I'll pull this up. For everyone
But,
who does
like-
know what Red Rocks is, or if you don't, look that shit up.
Is it just like a venue or?
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
It's one of the biggest venues in Colorado. Like a bunch of artists perform there, but of
Mhm.
course, you know, I focus on like electronic artists that go. But that's for sure somewhere when I want to see my. If LS Dream ever performs there, I'm kind of sad I missed Closey when she performed there because she brought LS Dream and this other artist named Opio, which is like funk and shit. But he brought like an orchestra. Dude, it's just like everyone. If you get a Ride Rock show, you've made it.
Okay.
Type shit. You know what I mean? Like, of
Gotcha.
course, performing EDC and performing all these big festivals is big, but if you get your own headlining Red Rock show, you've secured the bag. You know what I mean? Basically, like you know that you fucking like. Hold on. Like, this is the stands. I think that's just like where you sit in the back, but then like this is your view. I know, like you're just like in the mount. You know what I mean? Like you're seeing
Yeah.
all these visuals and shit, but then you just have like
Yeah, that's
the
wild.
mountains and hills in the background. to
Especially
look
like
at.
on a clear night with like all the stars out. And
Like, look,
shit.
This is on the way. I actually went and looked at all this because I wasn't able to get in, but I wanted to see what it looked like. You know, I wanted to check it out while I was out there.
From the road.
But I actually have some pictures from when I was there. But that's like when you pull up to the top, like before the entrance, like you're up in the mountains. You know what I'm saying? You can see all of it. Like it's literally red rock. Like
Right.
you're seeing
yeah.
red rock everywhere from
yeah.
the mountain. Like it's fucking insane. Hold
That's
on.
crazy. Yeah.
Like I was here too. Like
Hell yeah.
Huh.
That's like. I'm trying to think like
Oh, listen.
tripping at a fucking show like at Red Rocks. That shit would be crazy.
I know. There's another place called the Gorge in Washington. It's like this. It's very
It's
similar.
Washington State.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wait. Yeah. I was like, yeah,
Is it
amphitheater. Like,
actually? Maybe not.
no, but look at this setup, bro. Like, this is even more sick. On a hill, bro, and like when you look past that, like
It
th-
kinda
this
reminds
is
me
the
of-
view behind it.
Holy shit.
Like, bro, what? Like a venue where you're just surrounded in like nature, and behind it's just fucking beauty. Hold on, this is
Crazy
the best picture.
views.
This is like the best picture to like focus on what it looks like. Like, look at that shit. That's what I'm saying.
That shit's like so vast. It's like if you were just in that bitch, like holy fuck, what am I looking at?
Oh,
Right
dude,
now?
if you were tripping,
yeah.
watching an insane show already, and then you look up and it's just fucking like I'm in the mountains right now. Holy fuck!
Real shit, though.
I'm in nature. Like, this is nature. I mean, you're always in nature, but like, it's not just a venue where you're like, I'm inside, or like,
Right.
you know, I'm just on some plot of land. You're like, I'm in this shit. I'm in the shits right now. Fucking shit's wild.
It's my duty
It's, your,
because I'm in the shits.
it's my duty because I'm in the shits. That's bars if anyone wants to use that for their next upcoming mixtape or anything like that. Nah, but I definitely want to go back.
Hell yeah, dude. I think we should go this fall / and if we get delayed, we get delayed. Fuck it.
Fuck it. All right. Yeah, we got to go back, though. Like, last time wasn't my ideal situation. I had a great, I mean, it was, being able to go was still,
Right.
I mean, I didn't get to enjoy it as much as I had hoped.
It wasn't what you wanted. You didn't get what you wanted out of the trip, but
Entirely.
you were able to see things that you hadn't seen before. So there's that.
Yeah, exactly. And just being caught in the beauty of the mountains. I got high as shit, too, and that was literally, but like in the mountains, but also I was high, and it was awful. I was like, yeah, I've been here in Colorado. I might as well. When in Rome, you know what I mean?
Did
Looking.
you get like paranoid or what? Why was it awful?
Yeah, dude, I was just like violently high. I don't smoke.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
like,
I don't get high.
I don't remember why.
I
you
smoked
said
like
it was,
half a pre-roll, and I was fucking gassed.
Zooty.
Dude, it was terrible. It was not fun for me. I was just like, holy shit. I was laying, like, I was gonna go out and see the views, but I was just in the bed. I was like, oh my god.
What have I done?
Yeah. What if I continued to do? Holy shit, it was horrible, bro.
That's funny as fuck.
Yeah. It's funny that, what was it? One of our coworkers fucking yesterday was talking about CBD because somebody else was saying how like a CBD gummy fucked them up because they don't smoke or anything like that either. Like they don't any type of weed, never have. You know what I mean? So they don't even, you know, they like never smoked weed, never done any of
Gotcha.
that. So took a CBD gummy, it fucked them up, and they were like, I don't ever want to do that again. And then like, the coworker was like, really? Like CBD? Like, are you sure it's CBD? Because CBD doesn't do that. Like it doesn't like. I was like, no, I've smoked CBD and I've also felt really uncomfortable. So, I mean, she's like, well, it's supposed to help anxiety and this. I was like, yeah, that's what people said about weed too. But there's people who still have anxiety attacks. So,
Well,
like,
I think the idea is like, I don't think there's much psychoactive properties in CBD, if
Yeah.
any at all. So, but the problem is that places that sell CBD aren't very regulatory with the percentage of THC in their CBD. Some
Yeah.
of them actually have some carryover, so you might get something that is sold to you as having zero psychoactive properties when realistically it's actually a THC gummy because they didn't take all of it out.
that's fair.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like it's probably with that CBD that you smoked, it's because it's like you felt uncomfortable, right?
Yeah, it
It's
wasn't
not
like,
you were high.
Yeah, yeah.
You was just like, I feel like uneasy.
Yeah.
Type shit. Yeah, like that. I feel like that's more so like just you not smoking before that very much, like for what, like 3 or 4 years.
yeah, I don't know, man. Like, when I stopped smoking was probably like 2016.
I think it's kind of the idea of,
2017?
like, if you stopped drinking for 2 or 3 years, like even having like one drink or one beer could make you feel like kind of like really weird. if
Yeah,
that
that's
makes
true.
sense, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's just something that you completely have like cut out of your biology at that
But
point.
it is weird. I mean, it's just like one day when I was smoking, it made me feel weird. And I was like, oh, fuck. No.
That's fair.
Done with this. not liking this. Is not.
No, that's
doing
just
for
funny.
me.
You bought a pipe so that you could smoke your CBD, and then like gave me that shit like a week or two later.
Yeah,
because you're like, I don't have a need for this anymore.
Yeah, I was like, I'm good. I don't know. It wasn't funsies for me. I just love. I think having come from like super supportive of weed, CBD,
Mm-hmm.
when people try to like sell me on shit, like no, I'm like no, yeah, no, I get it. No, yeah,
I'm just good.
no, I'm like you can explain. No, but are you sure? Look, yes. Don't. But have you tried that? Right? Look, dude, I have smoked a lot of weed in my life. You can't. No, but you just haven't tried. No, dude, I've smoked hella sativas, hella indicas, hybrids. The weed's only gotten stronger too. So
Yeah.
like, let's be real here. It's not like it's like no, you just need to. So you're telling me from when I stopped to now, somehow I'm gonna find the right one as it being stronger and more potent. I don't think that's how that works.
You gotta find yourself like a moderate Reggie.
At this point, bro. Fuck, man. Hey, Reginald Davis, though. That shit'll give you a... Dude, it's funny because I've realized everyone calls it Reginald something different at the end.
Yeah.
I've heard multiple people say like, I say Reginald Davis.
Yeah.
Heard, like, Reginald, just
Reggie
like...
Jackson.
I've heard that for sure. Just like a bunch of fucking
Yeah.
random-ass names for Reggie.
Sure. Yeah, that's true.
Sir Reginald Grievous. I don't know. I haven't heard that one, but that just was off the dome.
Hell yeah, dude.
That
I
shit's
don't
hilarious,
know.
though.
I feel that
Just haven't found the right strain. All right.
I feel that people are very like, what's it called, pushing of their own values. Like, I don't get fucked up that much by this weed, so therefore you won't either. It's like, that's not how it works. Our tolerances are completely different along with our biology, so relatively it's like, how could you know what's good for me, and how could you tell me like, nah, but you haven't done. It's like, bruh, I'm not in here trying to tell you how to eat. I'm not in here trying to tell you what to drink, bruh. Just chill out. I'm good.
It just reminds me, like, this is no shade towards people who, like, you know, if you have a
Right.
passion for the way you feel, of course, go for it. But it reminds me of when I was like 14.
Yeah.
So I started smoking weed when I was like 13. So like when I was 14, 15, I was like an advocate because I was getting shit on for smoking. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
people were like, "You're gonna do hard drugs." I was like, "I'm smoking weed."
It's a gateway.
Yeah, people were trying to like.
Which?
I mean, relatively it was, but like not in the sense of what everyone else was thinking. Now everyone's smoking weed, so who's the real fucking
I mean,
assholes?
like, relatively, coffee is just as much of a gateway drug.
shit, bro?
At this
Coffee has
point.
me fucked up sometimes because I slowed down on it. When I drink it now, I'm like, dude. The last time we did the podcast, I was drinking and I drank that coffee. I felt like I was high, like I was lifted above my body. I was like, holy
Think
fuck.
about how many little kids that grow up drinking coffee end up doing coke. Or Adderall.
First of
or
all,
fucking all these uppers and shit.
let's take into account like the ideology around, not ideology, but just
the
like
perspective of what a
of
drug
coffee.
is.
No, like
Oh.
coffee. I was gonna say like the community around coffee. How many people that drink
There's a brand
coffee
in
every day in
community
the morning
coffee.
are smoking cigarettes and or vaping?
Yeah.
It's probably a high number
Yeah.
because you're like, I gotta keep going. I'm coming down. Gotta keep like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's like, oh my god, bro, get yourself together. I think
Sure.
also why I choose. It's always weird because like I'm like, okay, let me slow down on the coffee here and there, like take breaks, because it scares me, bro. Just like when I look at everyone around me, I'm like, people are latched on to this shit.
Oh
like-
yeah, there's a lot of people that are, well, including myself, that
Yeah.
are very dependent on it.
And it's like the thing is like people try just to like give explanations or like defend it, and I'm like, and like by all means do whatever you want to do. It's not like me
Right.
bashing people for like someone the other day was like, we all have our vices. I was like, it's a terrible excuse, but like
To be fair, drinking
It's true, though.
coffee isn't the worst thing I do to my body. So like,
fair enough, fair enough. But like I wasn't
all
even
the
talking.
alcohol I drink is probably doing a little bit more
Yeah,
damage.
I wasn't talking about coffee. Coffee does have good,
Oh, okay. I
like
thought you
good
were.
things for you too,
Right.
if you know like
It's
moderation.
moderation,
Yeah, it's good for like your bowel system, and it's actually not. It's pretty good for your heart. In moderation, again, if you do too much, it's not good for your heart.
No, too much of anything.
It's good
is
for
bad
like pumping
you.
your blood and like getting
Right.
your heart going.
Too much of anything is bad for you though.
But it's just
Drink
like
too much water, you drown.
exactly. But it's just weird because it's like seeing everybody like just fall into everything, and it becoming just a regular thing in everyday life. I'm like, fuck, bro. Like, I don't want to become reliant on anything like that because it's just like then it's like, who am I really?
That's fair.
Like, who are you without all these things? You know what I mean?
Maybe a different person, but I mean, you're still you regardless.
You're still you. I mean, you're gonna always be who you are. You know what I mean?
But
it's like
also that goes back to like the gut biome and biology of like what you consume can change the personality that you have over time.
exactly. It's just like that's what I'm saying. Like,
But again, it's like relatively at that point, if you were drug free and eating as healthy as you can to your biology and stuff, like, is that you necessarily? Because that could just be the healthy items you're putting into your biome that is kind of changing your personality into a more healthy version, but relatively, it's like, was that you, or was this just a decision, just like kind of in the same direction, but on different sides of the scale?
I'll say this. This is gonna sound super like left field for a lot of people, but I mean for me, not too much. Just like going into that is just, I mean, your body is made up of a bunch of microorganisms,
Right.
which make up who you are.
Right.
So I mean, yeah, in a sense, feeding your body and doing certain things is gonna change like the chemical makeup of your body and how it functions and how it works, and it affects how you think and how you react and how you act to certain things. So I mean,
so there's like on that spectrum, you know, of like whether you're feeding your body good things or bad things, it's necessarily having a change to who you are no matter what. It's just which direction are you taking?
yeah, I think that's what I focus on a lot. Because I mean, it's tough because I realize I have a lot of bad habits, as do a lot of us.
Right.
Most of us have. It's easy to get caught up into.
One.
Yeah, it's easy to get caught up in that. Like, I remember when I was younger, I was like, "Ha, straight edge people." Now I'm like, "Fuck." I mean, that's fucked up. Like, you know what I mean? Like why do we look at people who don't do anything as like, you fucking?
I mean,
what's wrong with you? You know what I mean? What?
I mean, I never have.
I mean, but like as a whole, people like.
Yeah.
Like whenever I was like, I'm taking like I didn't say tea break, but I was like, yeah, I'm not trying to really drink coffee anymore. People were like, why?
I mean, I was one of those people,
Like,
not because of like a judgmental why. It was just like, what purpose are you having for making that change?
It's waking up every day
Just to
and
have, like,
needing
more
coffee.
natural energy.
Yeah, waking up every day and be like, I need coffee. You know, I'm exhausted. Like,
it's a withdrawal on a 24-hour basis.
and I realized when I slowed, because I was telling you, like, I didn't stop drinking, but I've definitely slowed down. Where there's a will, there's a way. Just so like when I was drinking coffee every day, and I was going out drinking alcohol every day,
right.
I've come to realize a lot of that's probably my body being just dehydrated.
Yeah.
Like it's not like it's starving. Like
Yeah.
I need hydration, bro. And like waking up, I just feel like shit, and I'm just like fuck. And then I'm like, bro, let me slow down on all this shit because it's like I'm like I need coffee, right? And after work, I'm like, fuck, my body feels like shit.
Right.
I need a drink.
Right. And then you wake up and you're like, my body feels like shit.
Yeah, bro. Fuck. So
yeah, I feel that.
I cut back on all that. Like, bro, last week or two, I wake up, even on like brunch shifts all day, I feel good.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, I can do this. Like, I feel tired.
Right.
Like my body feels tired, but it's not in the same way as before, where I was like,
right.
holy shit.
See, like that's how I was feeling whenever I was working that True Green job. Whenever I was waking up every day at 7:30 to shower, let Orion out, and get ready, make some breakfast before my 10 o'clock shift, which at 9, like fucking 10 to 6 every day, Monday through Friday, sometimes Saturday too, if we didn't meet our sales quotas. I was in that bitch knowing I'm not drinking tonight, because if I do, I'm not waking up at 7:30 tomorrow. So the only times I would be drinking was Saturday nights and Sundays, not even Sunday nights, just Sundays watching football during the day type shit. And that's it. And I kind of noticed like a better feeling every day type shit, but that kind of like tapered off once I switched jobs, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, being in the service industry has definitely made me like disregard not just my mental health but my physical health in so many ways.
Oh, dude.
And it sucks, but it's like it's almost like that's the life for every server or bartender or even some like hosts and like bussers and shit like that, dishwashers. It's like you are living in a constant battle of, do I give a fuck about my mental health or do I have to go to work today?
I think that's most jobs.
I
But
don't
no,
necessarily
a lot,
think so.
not as much. But
it's every soul killing job that's like, and not every server feels that way. But what I'm saying is like every person that I feel like is in a position that they feel trapped in is gonna have certain days like that where they understand their mental health has to be put to the side so that they can go pick up a check.
The thing is, I don't hate serving. As I'm tired of it. I'm exhausted of it. I'm definitely, it's time for me to move forward. But I think more so, it's just like it is going every day and be like, I have to deal with this shit, dude.
I'm not gonna lie, like the only avenue in the service industry I could see myself actually like doing is like elevating and doing management, because I'm not with the authority shit, bro. When people act like they're like, I just don't like it because you're painted into a corner where you make $213 an hour. So relatively, it's like what it says goes. You do work off of tips. You have no stability on like knowing exactly how much you're gonna make per night or per day or per week, or you can kind of average it out on a month to month basis. But because of like slow seasons and fucking busy seasons and holidays and all this other shit, it just adds so many different like levels to your schedule being fucked.
Oh yeah, stress levels for sure. I mean, yeah,
So-
we do pick the lifestyle,
So
but
adding on top of that a level of authority that's gonna be like, I know you need to be here more than I do type shit. So listen to me or else. It's like I can't fuck with that no more, bro.
I know it's weird to say, but it's like personally, I feel like I'm almost like addicted to the lifestyle of serving in a way. I'm ready. Like I said, I am ready to get out, and I'm gonna push my way through to get out as much as possible. But it's just like, since I am addicted to the bullshit and like, okay, like I'm gonna work this table real quick, try to make this money, and then at the end of the night, look at my sales and be like, okay, I made some money. You know what I mean?
Right.
Instead of being like, all right, I'm doing my due diligence
Right.
and get my hours in, make this. I mean, I'm probably gonna love that a lot more. The stability is gonna be great, but like, there is a rush about just like, in a sense, I don't like. It's
We
definitely.
also have like a lack of.
What?
Oh, that was you. I was like, what the fuck just happened? There's also like a lack of benefits. There's like a lack of like insurance on your end. You know what I mean? Like, say you fucking get hit by a car on some shit. Like, you can't serve at that point. What you gonna do for money? Like, what you gonna do for like? How you gonna pay these bills and medical bills to get back to optimum performance level to where you can actually serve again? How's that shit gonna work out? You got health insurance? You got all this other shit? Probably not, cause you a server. Let's just be real. But I mean, that's kind of what it comes down to. Is like, I think the service industry is an avenue for like. Don't get me wrong, it's an easy fucking job.
For bad habits.
It's
and
it's an easy fucking job, but it's also like the type of job that has almost no future. Unless you go into management or ownership of a restaurant that you could like have for yourself as a business, you're being a career server isn't necessary. There's nothing wrong with it, but I couldn't do that. I couldn't be 41 years old saying time to go to work at 5:30 for this dinner shift.
Oh, fuck no. Yeah,
you know
I
what
need
mean?
more
Like,
stability
I
at that
couldn't
later
do
in
that.
life. Yeah,
I couldn't do that.
but like I said, some people enjoy like it's almost
Some
an
people
it's
do.
almost an
Like I said,
addiction.
there's nothing wrong with it,
It's
but
almost-
like I couldn't do that.
Oh, I know. Isn't but there is almost an addiction to that lifestyle. Some people enjoy that lifestyle. You know what I mean?
But you also get comfortable.
Yeah,
You-
it's just like I mean, I'm not saying it's a party every day, but in a sense, it's like for some people they enjoy that because it's like you always have someone to talk to.
Right.
You'll always have someone to go out with.
Right.
You'll always have like being a server is always
There's a level of community around it more
Yeah.
than you'll get like in an office.
yeah. Then you'll all like you know what I mean. You'll
Yeah.
always know like I mean have some type of money if you're really good at your job. You're a career server and you work like a really good job.
Right.
You're bringing home money every day. You're probably making bank
Right.
for your standard of living, anyways.
right.
Not in the sense of like you're making bank, but like
See, and like, don't get me wrong. Like, there's probably workplace politics at every job. Don't get me wrong, but like, the way that there's no baseline in service industry, like for the workplace politics, you have to kind of like navigate through different fields of fucking what's it called, like communication with people to actually understand like what your place in the restaurant is type shit. It's like there's like no reason for that to exist in my opinion. Like if you stand on your service, if you can come to work and give a good performance, if you can not like cause problems with your coworkers, I don't really see why we got to play politics. Like whoever makes the fucking side work sheet, why you like looking at the names talking about who I don't like? Why whoever makes the sections, it's like, oh, why are you looking at the names talking about this guy was late last week, so I'm gonna give him a 2-table section. It's just so weird to me how many like different pieces are involved in these workplace politics. Whenever relatively, if you perform it, you perform it, bro. If you giving good service, you giving good service. If you're doing your job in back of house, you're doing your job. Like you should be able to know what you're doing, and there should be communication when you're not doing it. But playing politics and passive aggressive moves on some weird shit is just it's uneasy with me, bro. Because it's just like it's acting like you're respecting people without giving them the due diligence to respect them. In my opinion.
it is weird. I think I mean, I completely agree. I'm not gonna act like I don't play them, but not in the sense of like I'm treating anyone different from anybody else.
Right.
But I mean, I play them in the sense of like I
In the
fit
way that
myself
you
in.
shift your like kind of like your actions to
Yeah.
whoever is like
I
around.
mean,
type
I
shit.
take. Well, no, I'm pretty much the same around like majority of like everyone. Like I'd make sure like take care of whatever I need to, and I laid low enough to where I'm not bothering anybody. Like I'm friendly with everybody, but because I'm genuine in that. Like I don't, you know what I
Right.
mean. Like I'm not like just trying to pretend to play,
Right.
but like I'm gonna make sure like I'm going in, I'm doing like being myself, whatever. I'm taking care of all the shit that needs to take care of, but I'm laughing, I'm joking, but I'm also laying low enough to where I'm not stepping on anyone's toes or bothering anyone.
I just have like a
Do enough work, but also lay back enough to where it's like a moderation. Because there's people at work too that like in our specific workplace, it's like if you care too much, you also will get shit on.
yeah. And so
It's
that's
kinda
that's
like-
true. And so like I like again, it's probably exists in almost every field of work. Probably every workplace and shit like that. There's probably politics that you got to fall into in every workplace. I get that, but I don't like that. I don't like that. That is a simple truth that we've all accepted. Is that you should have to understand the workplace politics for you to be able to get a promotion or get the money that you think.
That's
you
every
deserve.
industry, yeah.
It sucks. That's that we've all come to that understanding that you gotta like shift who you are to fit a mold so that someone else can give you what you actually deserve.
Well, you don't have to. I think
You don't
also
have to, but it's like
there's finding a
it's
place that
everyone's
fits your
go-to.
own.
It's almost everyone's go-to.
Yeah, but I think it's also finding a place where you fit into whatever the mold is in that case
I
too.
feel that, but I feel like every person has a different thing that they bring to the table. So trying to get someone to fit a mold just so that they can show that thing is like, I feel like you just add an extra.
No, what I'm
step.
saying is like if you do bring something to the table, it's finding a place that appreciates what you do bring
But
to
a
the
lot
table.
of people make you hide that so that you could fit what they need you to be.
Yeah, but they just don't.
And that sucks.
Yeah,
And I don't like how that's become like a norm. You know what I mean? In our society, like whatever you're unique at, you must kind of defer that uniqueness so that you can fit into the mold of what people want you to be.
yeah, that's fair.
That's kind of what I'm trying to say.
Running it back though, yeah, being a server, because I know we went on a tangent a little bit. Yeah, being a server does bring out bad habits like that every day. Just waking up, being able to like fuck, I need my coffee or whatever.
Right.
Fucking bad habits because you're dealing with all the bullshit constantly, all you know what I mean, all day, every day, and you're working a lot just to make ends meet type shit too. Because you don't, like you said, you don't know what the next day will hold. So you're just constantly like in this cycle of shit. But no, bad habits are easy to fall into for sure, bro. Especially like it's almost encouraged. I mean, I'd say in our society it is encouraged.
To have bad habits.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking, we thrive off of that shit.
Well, I mean, I feel like that also goes like into what's the word? Like kind of like being in an echo chamber, if that makes sense. Like there's just as many good habits that are being pushed as bad habits. I feel like there's just as many communities around good habits that there are around bad habits. It depends on like what you circle yourself.
I'd say there are some
like,
communities.
Think about the communities of like people that are vegan lifestyle, go to the gym every day, don't drink, don't smoke, don't do drugs, do like those communities exist too.
But I think
Would you say that those are like a bad habit?
no, I'd say there's a lot of like pretentious like connotation
That's
around
very true.
around those lifestyles more
But
than
that's most of those like thought processes are made without actually understanding what those lifestyles are. Like you don't like just because you think you know what a vegan is because you heard on Joe Rogan's podcast that vegans don't have enough proteins and are deficient in certain areas of their like diet and stuff like that. It's like that's a perspective from a meat eater. And I'm not saying like that I know the wholehearted like details of what it means to be a vegan, but all I'm saying is that people have different biology and require different diets, so I can understand why people would go down that route.
that's another thing too though. It's just like yeah, you're right. It's tough because everyone does have their own like what their
Echo
body needs.
chambers.
The thing, well,
Oh.
that too, yeah. But like the things the body needs, but that also does play into like what like echo chambers as well.
Right.
I mean, we all trying to hit
Because-
both of these because I want to kind of dive into both. I'll start with the biology part. Uh, like it's just weird because it's like with diets and shit like that, and just like anything, it's like there's not one size fits all. You know what I mean? It's like what pertains to you and what works best for you. You know what I mean? It's like what is your lifestyle, and like how can you moderate everything in your life?
Right.
Like, because I've kind of realized is like I don't necessarily need to just not ever drink coffee ever again, or to not ever drink ever again. I can still do that stuff, but I should definitely cut back.
Right.
Way less. You know what I mean? A couple times a week, maybe once a week.
My thought process on like the not there's not a one size fits all is like think about how many good habits have a bad example of them type shit. Like people that took it too far or didn't understand the concept and just followed on the train and stuff like that. So it's like no matter there's a example to what the fuck is the saying? There's like every rule can be broken type shit. No matter what, like you're saying, like this is this and that is that. Well, I can find an example of something that isn't that and that isn't this type shit. So relatively, like for every Christian, there's somebody that fucking beat their son because they were gay. For every like fucking what were we just talking about before that? For every vegan, there's somebody that only is eating vegan lifestyle because they think it's gonna make them look cool. Like you know what I mean? Like for every certain subject that you could see is like a good practice or good habit, there's a bad example of someone taking it and conceiving what that actually is.
Like I hate the idea of diets, bro. Like I like okay, the paleo diet, the fucking what was the keto,
the meat eater diet,
it's fucking vegan diet. It's like, bro, look, we all have different ways that our bodies work. We all need different intakes of certain things because you might not need as much of one thing as another. You know what I mean? Like you might have low iron, someone else might not.
Right.
You might need more protein in your diet, someone else might not. Right. You know what I mean? I think like that's like nutritionists are a real thing, and I think we forget that sometimes. And it's like, all right, let me figure out what my lifestyle is. Let me figure out like what I enjoy. Let me figure out like how much like do I work out? If I'm not working out, like what do I need for my body to get on the track that it needs to be? And there's no like diet. There's just a lifestyle choice of eating.
But also, not everyone has the same lifestyle options. If
that's
that makes
fair.
Sense.
Yeah, that's fair.
Some people in like underfunded areas are not given the same options as other people are. And so if you say like not if you specifically, but if someone were to say that everyone's different and everyone shouldn't like have to follow these practices that other people created, that you could just choose to like you have to like actually want to decide that for yourself. There has to be an option for you to see that option type shit, and a lot of people can't because of the bullshit that they have to deal with in their lives and stuff like that.
But I think that also that's just a perfect way to tie into the echo chamber thing. I think that also has to do with just like your surroundings, what you're used to being surrounded by, and what you know and what you've learned, and just like how you see it. Like if you're surrounded by that same shit every single day, you're not gonna half the time you're not gonna be thinking like this is a thing,
right?
You know what I mean? I mean that goes in all cases. You know, like if like for instance for us, like me and Josh here, we both are like, damn, we see someone who is completely just like doesn't pay attention to anything, no self-awareness. You know what I mean? Josh was like, do you think like people really act like this, or a lot of these people are just acting like this online? I'm like, no, those people exist out there. We just tend to not hang around them or be surrounded by these people, so we're used to just how the people in our daily lives interact and act. And I mean, we deal with some ignorant people too, but not on some of the levels that actually exist in the world.
And it just makes you think like, is this a real place, or is this a production of some sort? Because like both sides are real. Like both sides are true. There's probably is a production of some sort because these people probably did decide that this was the avenue for their life, so they need to put on this show because that's the avenue they've taken type shit. But also, additionally, they are really that person.
Yeah.
So
no,
like,
they have. Yeah.
Whether it's constructed behind
you become that person
whether
eventually.
It's constructed behind a focus group, or if you just decided one day this is who you wanted to be. Regardless, this is who you are, at least on today. Like at least this is who you are today. There's always room for improvement, and there's room for poor performance, but it's all about how you treat yourself on a daily basis, and this is who you were today.
Yeah, facts. It's kind of crazy to think about too, like the whole idea of like echo chamber, just surrounding yourself with certain things. I think that's why it's easy for like rich people or people born into like like privilege and luxury to disassociate from the real problems in the world because they're like, oh, I'm just looking at that. But if they see it in person, like, oh shit,
I mean,
that's real. Like,
just to tie back to what you were saying, think about anyone that has a nutritionist. They probably think everyone can afford a nutritionist.
oh, you don't have.
You don't have a nutritionist and a lifestyle coach and a fucking personal trainer, and it's like, no, bitch, no.
I promise you, there's probably multiple people out there who live like luxurious lives that have just been born into it, and there's like the area they live in is just all of that. They could not even begin to fathom the lifestyles that we live. They're like, holy shit.
It'd be a mind breaker type shit.
Like what? You don't have this? No, it's like the Jaden Smith thing. I love Jaden Smith, but just like the kids my age, just like you're not thinking about the economic fucking thing or like the political. Bitch, I'm trying to survive. What the fuck? What the fuck are you talking about? I'm out here
thinking about the geopolitical economic situation that we're not. It's like I'm thinking about how I'm geopolitically gonna pay my fucking rent. Nah, dog. Like no, I don't have time for that shit.
Oh, you don't have all day to think about shit because your parents are completely rich and can afford everything. So I have the time to think about this shit all day.
Bro doesn't even have to make his own coffee.
Like it's just like he came from a good place. I know.
Understand what he was saying, but it's also like who the fuck.
You're so disassociated from
such like a small percentage of people that have the time or fucking resources to be able to even consider things like that.
Yeah, try being a 12 or 13-year-old growing up in a very poverty-driven area where you're literally just trying to survive.
And relatively,
you think they have time to think about that shit? Fuck no.
Think about a 13-year-old that lives in a fucking great environment type shit. Even they aren't going to think about that because they're over here figuring out how that they can make $6 million on Fortnite. Like, you can't hold them for that. They're 13 years old. They haven't even fucking learned like about the Native Americans getting fucking slaughtered by our country and all this shit. Like that. Like there is there is a lot of knowledge in a 13-year-old's head, but you are expecting a lot for a 13-year-old to understand geopolitical issues, economic issues. They can if they put in the time and effort and work, but why would you make a 13-year-old kid do that?
I just
Let
imagine
them live their lives and be a fucking kid.
I just imagine a 13-year-old like, I hope he invites me to dance. Are you fucking serious? Are you not worried?
You're going to prom? Are you fucking stupid bitch?
The ice caps are melting. It's like, I'm 13.
We're losing the whales, and you want to go to a prom?
Like, don't get me wrong. I think movies have definitely made fun of those tropes for sure before. Like, the kid who's like, everyone's worried about one thing, and the kid who's like, stop this. And they're like, everyone's like, fuck you, dude. Yeah, but it's like, I mean, they mean well, but it's also like.
It's like the Greta Thunberg kid, right? The kid that was like talking about like global warming. Yeah. She got roasted. Like on Twitter
meant well, though. I respect it.
She did well, and she didn't really do anything like necessarily wrong. Like she was just a kid talking about fucking global warming, and people roasted her for no reason online.
It's rough, dude. It's just tough, yeah. But like growing up in your own little bubble, it's like, it's hard to see outside of that a lot of the time, or even understand. Like I always tell you, I'm like, fuck, these people exist.
Also,
until you were like, damn, yeah, you're right. I'm not used to this.
The general public isn't probably allowed the certain levels of information that someone in the Smith family has. It's not like bro's just searching shit on Google. Like bro's probably getting one-on-one interviews with VP of this company and that company and da because they see him as exposure. At any like rate, we are just relying on the misinformation we get from every website that we search. Like we can hope that these sources are great, and we can hope that we find like good information with great sources, but like relatively we are basing our knowledge off of articles and fucking shit that we can find online. But like this man is getting one-on-one fucking interviews
with so many people, celebrities,
because he can. Like at one point, whenever he was 13, he probably didn't understand this shit either. But because he talked to fucking real economic people, real fucking geopolitical people, fucking senators, and all these other fucking people that have been affected by geopolitical shit and fucking economic shit. All these people have been able to come on his podcast or meet face to face and shit like that. We don't get access to that type of shit. You might not. You could go down to your city hall. You might not get a fucking conversation with your mayor. Like come on, dog. Like, you might not get a conversation with your councilwoman or your whatever, bro. Like, there's no shot that you have that type of resource. And even if you did, the ability for you to exercise those resources isn't always in your hands. You have to work off of someone else's schedule because they just see you as another citizen in their town, not Jaden fucking Smith.
Yeah. Community's not so much community. It's as much as we'd like it to be.
Right. But like at that level, it's weird to shame people for not having certain sources and intellect on certain problems because these people again are literally just trying to survive at any rate.
No, it's tough. It's tough out here. It's that goes back to just like not everyone has such a chance to not kind of fall into like the lifestyles that they live. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like everyone has a choice and the ability, but like growing up a certain way and having only a certain amount of resources and opportunities, it's easy to be like that's why I was going back. Like I don't blame anyone for their vices. You know what I mean?
Not everyone grows up in an environment where they can exit that environment feeling like they can do anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Feeling like they have options, feeling like they can do what they want to do. Not everyone has that type of environment growing up, whether it's at home or friends, or whether they're bullied at school, whatever it could be that brings your confidence down to a like diminishing level of understanding. I can only do what people tell me to do, or I only have these set of options, this way or that way. You know what I mean? It's like it takes a certain level of like detriment to bring a person's confidence down that low, and so many people deal with it.
And one of like the final things I'll probably like I really want to touch up on is just like one thing that gets on my nerves a lot, dude. And I know people mean well. Is one of the biggest reasons why I try not to. Like I always speak my piece, and I know like I see people all the time say, "Oh, whenever someone's talking about what they're going through and talking about your experiences is just rude." I mean, I try to relate in a way sometimes because I feel like one of the most annoying things to me more than anything is when people always try to give you advice or like they know what's going on. And I know a lot of them are trying to be helpful.
Right.
But in the end, when you're just sitting there telling me, "Oh well, why don't you try that? Why don't you just try this? Or why don't you just do this?" Like, or this is supposed to. It goes back to like whenever my coworker told me, "Well, it's supposed to, no, CBD does is like, yeah, okay." Are you done? Yeah, no, I did. I tried that. Yeah, no, but no, I tried that. Yeah, but and you got more? No, but if you do, oh yeah, I tried that. You want to keep going, or do we want to do this all day? Okay. I know you mean well,
but we're not respecting each other at
like,
this point.
It's just there's so many people. I know they mean well, right. And I've talked to other people who have gone through so much worse than I've had to go through. You know, right. And they deal with that a lot. Is someone just saying, "Why don't you just do this?" Oh yeah, great. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Do you want to try doing that? Do you want to be in my shoes real quick, and then you try?
It's insane how easy it is to operate off of like your own perspective, like how you think another person thinks, how you think another person is.
Because you're used to that in your own world.
It's like it's almost like you can't see past your own trauma. Maybe like you think like obviously you know that people out there have it worse than you do, but on like a person basis, when you're talking to someone, there's almost like a certain level inside of people that like they disassociate from what the other person might be going through.
Yeah,
they can only see maybe, and they're blinded by what they're going by what they are going through. They can't see what the other person could be. Like he's probably not going through a breakup right now. That doesn't mean he's not fucking depressed and wants to kill himself. Type shit. Like that. Like those two things don't correlate. Just because you are going through a breakup and like things are in your head how they are, that doesn't mean he's not still in a worse place.
Yeah.
It's just you're not seeing that because there's no correlation to what you feel in him type shit. And it's weird. I feel like you have to disassociate from yourself whenever you're actually wanting to learn about another person.
Yeah, you gotta listen and you gotta understand it. Right. It's not just like, oh well, look, okay, yeah, cool, right. Cool. You know what I mean? Like you can give your experiences and like to relate with them and try to like touch on base, but I mean to give anything more than that is just it's selfish. And a lot of people do try to give. I mean, I get it though. You know, we all as a joke. It's like this case. You know, like the joke that people always say is like the privileged white kid. You know what I mean? It's like, why don't you just tell your mom no, you don't want to do that, dude? You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, nah, I don't think I can do that. This is your aria. Yeah, it's like it's not how it works for all of you know what I mean. It's that same thing. It's like thank you. I see you're trying to help. I respect you. No, I really appreciate it, but that's not how it works on this side. That's not how things are going over here. Thank you, but I'm gonna have to respectfully say no.
It's like a traumatized like war veteran who's telling you like problems. You're like, I'm slit his throat. Oh, you guys don't do that? My bad.
Like, I don't think that's gonna help.
Huh?
I said, I don't think that's gonna help. You're just like, I don't think that's gonna solve all our problems.
It's not that serious. He's like, oh really? I mean, there was a dude overseas that just took one of my bubblegum sticks, and I had to, take him around back.
It was principle. It's like, I don't think
take
that.
people's bubblegum, bro.
It's like I don't think that's that.
It was
no.
my last piece of big league chew.
What else am I supposed to do? Yeah.
But no, I think that's a good stopping point.
We wrap it up for sure. Though it's like we all have our own experiences. We all have our own lifestyle choices. You have to respect each other, respect yourself, figure out what's best for you and which way to move forward. You can't always take everyone's opinions into place. Focus on what you're doing though. Take a step back, take a breather. Life comes at you fast.
Just remember that Doofles always got you.
Doofles is here for the people. But thank y'all for tuning in. We're going to be back at it next week. Tune in to Finding Danny. We're fucking here, dude.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Let's
Fuck
go.
that like button up for us.
We're
and
here.
Just absolutely
share it.
Crush the comments. And
share this.
And absolutely share the shit out of it.
Share it as much as you can. All right, y'all take care. Deuces. Later.
Later.